So here's a section on the highway, kind of open. I'm going about 70 miles an hour. Someone's coming up on me a little faster. So what I'm doing is I literally am. There's a truck to my right. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to anticipate that I'm going to pass this truck, and I'm trying to just see. There's a truck to my right here, so I don't really want to get into that lane. Actually, I will have to. So I'm going to get into this lane here, and now what I'm going to do is, my goal is I want to get up to about 80 miles an hour. So I'm just slowly, ever so slightly hitting the gas pedal. And like I said, so it's going downhill and it's going to start going uphill a little bit. So my goal right now is to get it up to about 80 miles an hour. And once I get to 80 miles an hour, what I'm going to do is, going up this hill, I'm not going to touch the accelerator. The accelerator, I'm just going to keep it in the same spot. And so here right now, I'm going uphill, and then it's going to actually start going downhill. So in this situation, I'll actually start letting off. Watch the miles per gallon. I'll probably let off, and I'll let the miles per hour come down to about 65 if needed. So here you can see I'm doing pretty good. I'm at about 65 miles an hour. Now, it's going downhill again, and it's going to go uphill. So I'm still maintaining my foot in the same spot, and I'm gonna at least try to get it up. So I'm gonna accelerate a little bit. I'm just slowly. I want to get it up to about at least 70, 72, 75-ish. So here I'm accelerating, and so now at this point, now I'm going uphill. I've basically just locked it in place. And I'm going to just, funny thing is, I'm going uphill, and it's pretty much going to stay uphill. So what I'm doing is, I just got my foot in the same spot. So I'm not letting off, I'm not accelerating, and I'm just kind of watching my miles per hour. And at this point, I'm just going to kind of hold this right here, and beyond this hill, I am going to start going downhill. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to maintain. I'm maintaining right now. You can see it's kind of slowing down a little bit. Okay, here I'm going to start giving a little bit of gas. I don't want it to really go under 60. So I'm going to kind of look at it and just make sure it doesn't fall below 60 miles an hour. Now here some trucks are actually entering the highway. I got a slower truck in front of me. I'm maintaining. There's no one here. There's no one behind me. So what I'm actually doing now is I'm kind of just maintaining, accelerating a little bit. And you're going to see, obviously I'm going faster now. You're going to see my miles per gallon's going up. But here's another thing is I'm going to be going back uphill again and then downhill again. So what I'm going to do is, now that I'm about 70 miles an hour, 75, approaching 80, I've got my foot in the same spot. I'm actually letting off a little bit. I'm going to move into I'm moving into the middle lane, and you can see it's cresting and it's going to start going downhill. I'm actually letting off. So I'm letting off so much. My goal is to actually let it go down to about 65 miles an hour. Actually, okay, so it won't. So I'm actually holding it in the same spot, going downhill, and it's going to start going uphill a little bit. So since I'm about 65 miles an hour, I want to get it back up to about 70, 75-ish. So I'm actually starting to give it a little bit of gas again. And I'm kind of anticipating, based on the terrain and the peak of the downhill, I want to be at least 70 miles an hour. If I'm not looking like I'm going to be 70 miles an hour there, so the bridge is the bottom of the peak. So I'll actually start accelerating a little bit. So I've got my foot now. I'm actually just kind of maintaining it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of gas, because this is where I'll kind of pick up the most speed. You can see. And right now I'm just holding it. I've got it held. And right now my goal is I don't want to hop into the right lane just yet, because the truck that I just passed is actually still maintaining his speed. So I'm going to let it kind of slow down to about 63-ish. the cars behind me, there's not too many, so if anyone's behind me and I'm going too slow, they can at least move over to the fast lane. So I'm actually giving a little bit of gas. I want to at least maintain 65 miles an hour. So I'm giving it some gas. We're going up a hill, and again, after when you see that sign, the sign above the road on the right-hand side, I'm actually going to start going downhill again. So you can see I'm basically just under 65, so I'm kind of maintaining it. I'm maybe pushing a little bit on it, but my goal is, now that I'm kind of cresting it, you can see the miles per gallon is going to start going up. So I'm actually letting off because I'm going to start going downhill. I'm going downhill, and I'm going to start going uphill again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start accelerating. So while I'm accelerating, you're going to see the miles per gallon is going to go down. I want to get it to at least 70 miles an hour. So here I'm going uphill, and now I'm going back uphill, and I'm at about 70. So what I'm going to do is kind of just maintain this. I'll maintain this. The truck is kind of on my side. I don't like to be on the side of trucks. It's dangerous for them too. But right now, so I'm actually, I've already crested it. I'm at about 65 miles an hour. I've crested it, and now I'm going downhill. This is kind of a gradual downhill. So what I'm doing is I've actually kept my foot in the same spot, and I'm going to just kind of watch my miles per hour. It should go up. My goal is to get it up to at least 75 miles an hour. So we're kind of cruising down. We're kind of cruising down on the, it's going to go downhill and then kind of go uphill. This is a perfect section where you can maintain momentum. So I'm at 70 miles an hour. You can see the miles per gallon's high. So here I want to get to 75 miles an hour. So I'm going to just start accelerating a little bit. I'd like to get to 75, 80 miles an hour. So I'm kind of accelerating a little bit. And now that I'm here, I'm going to just hold it. I'm holding the gas pedal right where it is. And if anything, I'm starting to go up where you see that green sign. It's just before the peak. I'm going to just kind of hold it. I'm holding it still. And once I start going down the hill, or actually right before I start going downhill, I'm actually going to start letting off. There's not many people really kind of behind me. It's kind of slow. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over into the slow lane. I'm now into the slow lane. The cars are coming up a little bit on me. So now we're going downhill. And this one's actually a pretty good descent. So you're going to see me at least get up to 80 miles an hour. So after this descent, it actually goes uphill, and it's going to be kind of a steep hill. So my goal is I'm kind of looking at the travel lanes, and my goal is to actually sneak over into. So I'm going downhill. There's a car to my left, so I can't go over. So I'm actually off the gas pedal completely. I'm actually now, since I wasn't able to get the speed that I wanted to go, I'm actually going to just stay. I'll actually hop back into the slow lane. I never touch my brakes. So now here, I'm down to about 62. I'm actually going to just try to maintain 62 miles an hour. So there's no one behind me for a good distance. There's some people to my left in the middle lane, and they're not really coming up fast. So I'm just going to stay here. At this point, it's still going uphill for just a decent amount. So what I'm going to actually do is I would let it get down to about 57 miles an hour. So, right now I'm just maintaining it. And I'm actually about to get to the crest. So you can see the miles per gallon go up because I'm actually letting off. I'm letting off. I know that after this, I'm going to start going downhill again. So I'm letting off. There's not really no one pushing me from behind. And here I'm at the crest. On the crest of the hill. And now I'm going to start going downhill. And of course, it's going to start going back uphill. So my goal is I want to get it up to at least high 60s. So here you can see I'm really not messing with the gas pedal too much. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. And here I'm getting close to 70. You can see the cars ahead of me are kind of, I'm going with pace. I'm actually going a little faster. So as I'm going up this hill, I'm actually letting off now. So I'm catching this tow truck in front of me. I'm about to crest this hill, which is about to go downhill again. And there's no one really pressing me behind. So I'm going to let it get down to about 57, 58 miles an hour. And from there, I'm going to start looking into the left 2 lanes. My goal is now that I'm going downhill, I want to get back up to 70, 75, 80. So there's a car coming up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm coming over, and now that I'm coming over, you can see these cars are braking. I'm off the gas pedal now. I'm still off the gas pedal, no brakes. There's a car that's to my left, and the car behind me just moved over. But so I'm still off the gas. And now that this car is passing me, I'm actually now getting into the fast lane. And here you're gonna just see I'm actually getting on the accelerator, and I want to get it up to about 75 miles an hour. 75 would be ideal. Low 70s, 75. So so now I'm cruising. I'm passing the people in the middle lane and right lane a good amount. So now that I'm going uphill, I'm actually keeping an eye on the right lane because I don't want to accelerate up the hill. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just kind of maintaining it. I'm actually giving a little bit of gas. Actually, I'm giving it a little bit of gas. I want to get past this truck that I just passed. So I see this SUV in the middle lane. My goal is I'm actually going to move over. I'm letting off the gas pedal. I'm probably going to let it slow down to 65 if needed, maybe even low 60s, and it's going to be about flat, slight incline. So I'm basically going to just kind of cruise at this speed in the middle lane. If need be, I'll even go over into the slow lane and just maintain. I'm giving a little bit of gas because I want to at least maintain low 60s. So here, the truck behind me that I passed it's a pickup truck. He's not really pressing me, so I'm just going to stay in this lane, and I'm just easy. I'm keeping my foot on the gas pedal, the same spot. And here I'm still going uphill. It's pretty gradual uphill, and then it's going to start going downhill again. So my goal is all the way up there is to basically just maintain my speed here. And as I get to the crest of it, I'm actually going to start letting off because I know that's going to start going downhill again. So the key to it is you're constantly looking ahead. You're constantly trying to anticipate. Particularly if you know the roads already, that makes things a lot easier. So now I'm going downhill, and I'm actually going to start going uphill again. So the lanes are kind of going pretty about the same. And so now what I'm going to do is I want to, again, if I can, I want to get it up to about 75 miles an hour. So I don't think I will be able to because there's too many cars, and there's a pickup truck on my left. So I will probably just wait until this truck heads over, and yep, I'm not going to move over. I'm going to just stay behind this truck. We're going uphill. I'm actually completely off the gas pedal because this now I'm back on the gas a little bit. So I'm basically just going to be real easy on the gas pedal. I am going slightly uphill. So here, honestly, the way we're traveling, I want to at least maintain 65 miles an hour. So here, we're going uphill, and if you look at it, the slow lane is just technically a little bit slower. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to accelerate at all, so I'm moving over into the slow lane. There's just a Camry behind me. He's not really going fast, just kind of Sunday cruising. The guy in front of me is kind of Sunday cruising too, so I'm letting it slow down to about 61, 62 miles an hour. So I'm actually I want to maintain this speed, so I'm going to have to accelerate a little bit. I'm not pushing on the accelerator. I'm not accelerating, I'm just pushing the accelerator just to maintain the speed. So like I said, right now, the truck in front of me, SUV, is basically staying the same speed. The car behind me is staying the same speed. So I'm basically just going to maintain the speed and basically wait now for the hill to go down. So I feel like I have to press the gas pedal a little bit more. So I'm actually pressing the accelerator a little bit more just to maintain that 60 miles an hour-ish. So yeah, I got a decent amount that I'm going to be going uphill, but my lane is not pushing hard. They're not in a rush, so I'm just going to kind of just stay right here. You're going to see my miles per gallon is going to basically stay around 32, 33-ish. And I'm just going to just keep cruising on up. And once I start going downhill, which there's a descent after this, then I will start picking up speed again. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of, how to just kind of maintain on the highways, and how you can get the best gas mileage. I mean, I think you can see with these gauges that, I'm in a Ford Escape, and you can see the kind of gas mileage I'm getting on this thing. So yeah, hope this is helpful to you. If you have any questions, post a comment and I'll respond. I love doing this. Been doing it since I was 17, and I'm 45 now. So I've saved a lot of gas. All right, guys. See you.